Hi there, Ileana here of Woman Wise Postpartum Doula and Marketing. It's been a while since I've come to you, but I was feeling very inspired recently to write a blog post that I wanted to share with you in little snippets. The title of the blog post is 10 Postpartum Sanity Savers. And who doesn't need some sanity savers in that postpartum period? So you can snag the whole blog post if you want by just clicking on the link in the video description. But today I wanted to focus on the first tip. And I'll bring you sort of through each of the tips in the coming days and weeks. But the first tip is around being honest with yourself and others when things are just not that great, when you're not feeling that great. And I think this is really important because I feel like we have a tendency to fall to our default answer when somebody says, well, how are things going? And you want to say, oh, great. I've got this beautiful new baby in my life. So why wouldn't things be great? I'm so lucky I've got this healthy baby. Or maybe that's not the case, but whatever the case might be, oftentimes the postpartum period is a struggle. And let me share a little story with you as I, get really into the juice of this. So I remember when I had my first baby, and that was like 18 years ago. I remember connecting with some of the other women who were part of my prenatal classes, which was great. We were building our village. We were there for each other to support each other. We would have gatherings, get-togethers, which was wonderful because we were creating a little bit of a mini community with each other, and we had each other to sort of at least to have some good company once in a while, right? But here's what happened. Initially, I found that in those first couple of months, we would call each other to say, hey, how are you doing? How is it going with the baby? And inevitably, they would say, or this would be the kind of conversation I would experience with them. I'd be like, hi, how are you? And they would be saying something to me to the effect of, great, how are you? And I would be thinking to myself, what in the world is wrong with me? Why can't I answer back and say things are great too? Why am I struggling and they are not? Well, you know what? With years of experience under my belt now and looking back on the situation, I bet they were not feeling as great as they alluded to. And I'm not blaming them because I think that there's this culture whereby people feel like they need to put on a good face and say, well, I'm really lucky. I just had this healthy baby and we've welcomed this baby into our lives. And this is what we really wanted. We wanted to have this child in our lives. So why wouldn't I be great? And I can't tell people that I'm not doing great because that just would be wrong. And, I'm looking back 18 years now when I'm talking about this story. So I think that things have started to shift because I am starting to see messaging shift to some extent on this, which is really great news, and that's really wonderful to see. But by the same token, I don't think we're 100% there yet. So what I would love, if anything, that you take from this first tip, this first postpartum sanity saver, is to do yourself and other families that are in the postpartum period a huge favor and be honest with yourself and with others when things are just not that great, because first of all, there's a really good chance that they are not doing that great themselves, or they're struggling at least at times. And by being upfront and transparent about how you're feeling, you're really opening up that opportunity for conversation, open dialogue with this other family, with this other parents about the struggles that we all tend to face. And you're much more likely to be able to be there for each other in a peer support capacity when you are having this transparency, these open conversations and dialogue with each other. So that is the crux of it. It might seem like such a simple thing, but I think it really does. It's so potent, right? Like I really strongly feel that the more that we can normalize this idea around being open and honest with each other and having open, free dialogue about the struggles, the more that we'll be there for each other and be able to make each other feel isolated if you wish too, right? If you say, oh, I'm great, when you're really not that great, then that other person feels isolated because maybe they don't feel so great. So I'm hoping that this is helpful. I hope that you feel somewhat inspired and empowered to become a part of this new, healthier parenting culture that I'm starting to see, and that I would love for us to all sort of make more robust in our society and in our community. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope that the other tips are helpful too. You can catch them in the blog post that's linked in the video description. And by all means, stick around. I'll be diving a little deeper into each one of these 10 inspiring postpartum sanity savers in the days and weeks to come. For now, take care, and good luck with this storm that we're about to experience here in Ottawa if you're in the Ottawa area. All right, stay safe, take care, bye.